Welcome back, CSBA members. We are here for game 2. Texas Tech, ranked number 9 in the country, taking on number 17, Texas, in this Big 12 rivalry week. I am Dalton, joined with Katie. Katie, how are we doing?
Doing pretty good. Excited for the Battle of Texas tonight. I know both these teams want this win. Big win under the belt going into the postseason here.
Yeah, Texas Tech coming into this one 5-2 on the season, 3-1 in conference play, and Texas 4-3 on the season and 2-2 in conference play. So you mentioned it, both teams being in Texas, and wanting the to have the upper neck advantage over one another. Josh Young, go ahead.
I was just gonna say there's some key players for both these teams tonight, and I'm kind of curious to see who's gonna show up for which.
Who's on your players to watch list?
For Texas, Josh Young, Reginald Tenpenny, probably the two biggest. They're the leading scorers for the squad. They're stacked on top of each other at small forward. And for Tech, probably Deathridge, Kai Avery's going to be interesting to see.
Oh my goodness!
There he is. So yeah, he's a beast in there. And CJ Mack's another big one.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that Josh Young CJ Mack matchup tonight. But all the names that you mentioned, Tenpenny right on cue as well. You mentioned Avery, you got that snatch block earlier. But yeah, Josh Young averaging 18 a game is quite impressive. Looking to have him at least score that 18 if Texas wants to really have a chance of coming away with this upset.
Yeah, and CJ Mack's going to have himself a defensive uphill battle tonight against Josh Young.
Yeah, on the other end, though, is that Bobby Jackson, I believe, with that 3. CJ Mack just under 16 points a game, also leading the team in assists at 4 a game. So he's a guy that can get it done, both shooting and passing. Rodriguez, another guy for Texas in double figures, averaging 10 a game. 6.3 assists per game for him for this Texas squad. Nice turnaround. Going to get his defender up in the air, and that's going to be good. Josh Young with 2 quick ones.
Looked like Mack wanted to take a charge on that one and decided not to contest it until it was too late.
Maybe his positioning was a little out of position, rather. Just allowed Josh Young to rise up for that 2. And on the other end, going at Josh Young, 2 points for Texas Tech. Do you have a dog in this fight, or do you have a dog in this conference, rather, in the Big 12? I know it's kind of top heavy.
Yeah, not in particular. These are some of these teams. I feel like, depending on the week, any of them could upset the other. This makes it pretty interesting to watch. Tech came into the season one of the top predictions for winning the whole championship come the end of it, and they've been finding their footing as the season's gone on, and Texas has been one that's been a little bit of a sleeper. Nobody really expected them to do as well as they've had. So they got a lot of fight to them.
Right, definitely Josh Young putting the team on his shoulders at times. So, as long as he's on the court and he's having half of a efficient night, then this Texas team is going to be in good position to win any ball game. As you see their defense coming up big there, forcing the turnover. Quick shout out to Connor in the chat. Appreciate the sub for 22 months. It's almost 2 years. It's a crazy long time.
Yeah.
Chamberlain, a guy that the last Texas game that I watched and casted, Chamberlain had a bunch of highlight reel dunks, so I'm anticipating some more of those tonight. Oh, he's a guy that can rise up. Whenever his number is called, he can come to bat. As we see him almost get a steal there, Kinley out to Grosjean.
Yeah, I think part of this is going to be seeing where these teams go that they don't normally. Josh Young and CJ Mack both on each other are going to mean that it's going to be more difficult for them to get going. So may need to see some more depth out of these teams.
Madden underneath the rim. It's going to be a little bit of a rough shooting start for both teams. He's going to find Grosjean on the wing, and that's going to be good right in front of his bench. Coach is loving that one. Bench too. Everybody on their feet over on that side. It's Texas Tech lead now. Zane Cole into Chamberlain on the cut. That's going to be nice. Expecting him to rise up for the dunk there, though, but likes to take the layup, and 2 is 2, though.
Yeah, that was a great cut. I mean, he was wide open. His man got left behind, and wasn't even really a challenge for him.
Just saw a 3 from Texas Tech. They're hovering around that perimeter, trying to get something going there. I have a mismatch down low, though. Trying to get it to him. Gonna have a screen and roll here. Gonna have to take a contested 3 at the end of the shot clock. No good, but a Houlihan with the offensive board. No good. Avery, his chance of an offensive rebound is good. Nice putback from him.
I expect him to have a good night here tonight with the matchup he has against Texas.
Talking about Avery?
Yeah, Avery.
Got you. Yeah, he had a snatch block and obviously that board there and that putback dunk. He's off to a strong start.
See, I don't think it'll be like an amazing scoring night, like we want out of Josh Young or
Right.
Deathridge, but I think that Avery's going to be instrumental in getting them big plays like the defense and the second chances.
Strong start from him and this Texas Tech team. Coming in the top 10 on the nation, trying to stay that way, heading into the conference tournament. Last game for both of these two teams, obviously rivalry week. Gonna see a lot of fouls, a lot of hustle plays. Have a foul here, gonna result in a Texas pair of free throws.
Shoot 2.
Taking his time, a lot of dribbles. Can't knock the routine though.
He's got to make sure he knocks him down. He wants this lead back.
Has all the time in the world to think about that one. Knocks down the first one. Second chance here. Brown goes 1 for 2 at the line here. Only shooting 45% on the season from the line, so right on cue with the 50% trip there. And it's a nice bucket on the other end for Texas Tech.
Machiavelli was trying to pull out those skates there.
He's trying to get fancy, trying to dance on him a little bit. Results into Chamberlain receiving a couple off-ball screens. Has the range to knock down one from there. Going to try and drive his way into the lane, though. Over the taller defender, Houlihan called for the foul. It's going to send Chamberlain to the line. I think this is a good time now to mention the infamous 100 club for this Texas squad. Only 2 guys here. Josh Young shooting 100% from the line, and Matt Agent. 11 for 11 Josh Young is, and Matt Agent 4 for 4 on the line. But Malcolm Chamberlain shooting 83% from the line here.
It's not a terrible clip.
Well above average, I would say. Yeah,
you'd much prefer the 100, though, especially Josh Young at the volume he's shooting, 11 for 11.
Yeah, just saw a 21 for 21. One of the Bo Diddle, I believe. 21 for 21 on the season finishes there. Yeah, very impressive feat to do, obviously, at that volume, too, like you mentioned.
Yeah, and he's a big man, too. He's not a guard.
Right.
So it's really impressive.
Chamberlain missing the second to a 1-point game. The seesaw effect. Price is going to find his way into a layup. Just walks into that one. Found the defense sleeping. Texas Tech building on their lead. See in the chat saying 69 getting retired. Yeah, 69 is for sure getting hung in the rafters. Interesting choice of words there.
Yeah.
Hey, you do what you want. You make those calls for sure. See a nice spin move in the lane. Gonna have a mismatch. Kicks out of the double team. Stanley Steamer keeps carpets cleaner. That's gonna be good.
It was a great move there by Deathridge. He'd recognized that he's a little suffocated there. 2 people on him, and finds the open man.
Texas Tech's first trip at the line resulting, or at the outcome of an N1 possibility. Chance for Texas Tech to go up 6 here. Didn't want to jinx him, but Stanley Steamer is part of the 100 club for Texas Tech. You got CJ Mack 10 for 10, Murphy O'Houlihan 8 for 8, Bobby Jackson 5 for 5, and Stanley Steamer now 6 for 6 on the season.
Impressive amount of names there.
Yeah, it's oh my God. Try to get flashy Chamberlain It's going to result in a turnover, though. Texas Tech with numbers. Price, we saw him knock down a layup. That one's going to be wide open. No good from inside the perimeter. Texas with another opportunity here. High screen and roll. It's going to leave the lane wide open. Nice dunk.
Lacey getting into the paint there. I mean, I think he was a little surprised at how open he was.
Isaiah Lacey shooting 67% from 3 this season, but he gets it down, or gets it done rather, down and low for that dunk. Machiavelli, you saw him score one earlier. No good on that 3, though. The 3's not really falling for either team to start this one.
Yeah, and if you're going to be missing your 3s, you at least hope the other guy is too.
Going to have a nice defensive effort here from Texas Tech, and you know Texas Tech is going to always play tough D. Pause. Results in a jump ball there. Potential turnover for Texas. Right on cue it is as Tyler Deathridge comes away with that jump ball. This guy averaging 15 and just under 8 rebounds a game. Name you mentioned earlier as a key player. Quiet in this one. Plenty of ball game left, though.
I believe they started him and they took him out early, which was interesting, so he's getting to play with the bench unit here.
Passes out of a double team. Machiavelli's going to take a contested 3 at the end of the buzzer, and that's
wow.
Good. Holy. Machiavelli seeing only the rim and not the defender literally draped in front of him is able to knock down that contested 3, and it's now a Texas Tech 7-point lead. Nice off-ball screen. Matt Agent's going to try one. No good, though. 12 seconds left in this opening quarter.
I believe Don Machiavelli went 1 for 8 last week, something in that ballpark, and then he's hitting those kinds of shots tonight, so it's crazy.
Yeah, he did go 1 for 8, and I remember, I think I casted that game, actually, and I remember that performance. But Texas Tech did come away with the win there, though. They're on a 3-game win streak, and Texas on a 1-game win streak.
He's yelling at me in chat for bringing that up.
Let that game die. Hey, y'all won that game, though. It's all good.
Yep. I mean, they had people come out and perform the way they needed to, and it looks like Machiavelli, at least so far, has showed up tonight. So.
Well, 22-13 is the lead for Texas Tech. 13 is definitely not a number that you want to score in a quarter, especially if you're trying to upset a team in your conference. But you know what they say, basketball is a game of runs, and we have 3 more quarters to play. I want to take a quick shout out to everybody in the chat. We just mentioned Gremlin, Connor earlier. Appreciate everybody stopping by in this game 2 of a 3-game slate. Out of the break, trying to get this second quarter popping for Texas. Josh Young is going to need to be a catalyst in that motion. He has the ball now. Elects to kick out to Rodriguez, his co-partner there. Finding Josh Young at the top of the right key. Kicks out to Brown. A little stagnant on the offensive end here. Josh Young's going to be forced into a long one off the backboard. And that one is obviously no good. Jackson on the other end, though. No good on his shot either.
Yeah, a little bit trigger happy here for them.
Deathridge comes away with a rip, though, on the other end. Forces a layup, no good. Unable to get the offensive board, too. Brown corrals that.
Hard man to stop right there, and they managed to do it well in transition.
And Brown came up huge defensively, rather, and offensively now kicks into Rodriguez. That's going to be a foul. Apologize for the background noise. You didn't hear it, but I'm sure the stream did. A hard foul there. Unable to knock down the layup, but will go to the line for 2.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to foul that close to the basket, at least make him miss it. Did a good job that way.
Just realized I was sitting on my phone. Unlocked it whenever I pulled it out. To Donovan Mitchell shooting 4 for 15 when I have some money on him, so that's never a good stat line.
No.
Missing there is Texas. And a quick 2 on the other end. Bobby Jackson, a guy that knocked down a similar shot in the first quarter, gets another one here in the second. And Texas Tech leads back up to 10.
Bobby Jackson can be great for this team, facilitating and for scoring. So it's good to see him get involved.
Price comes down with that Texas miss, and we're running in numbers again. O'Houlihan out to Machiavelli's knocked one down earlier. No good on that one, though. That one surely would have, well, I was going to use my reference of taking the lid off the hoop again, but he missed.
Well, he missed because he wasn't contested.
That's a great point. Great point. Rodriguez, as I mentioned, guy in double figures. I'm not sure if he scored it tonight. Not changing the narrative there. Brown, offensive rebound. His putback is good. Texas
Good
carving into the lead.
He had a great positioning there.
See Gremlin in the chat asking why he can't make a wide open shot. I'm not sure. It's like it's the J.R. Smith effect.
Yeah.
You gotta have somebody in front of you. I'm sure you knock. Oh no, never mind. Doesn't knock that one down either.
Well, now he's cold, so.
Right. Get those shots up at halftime or something. I'm not sure. Lacey kicks out to Josh Young, top of the key. Has Josh Young calling for it in the post. He's gonna receive it. Receive a double team too. Asian at the top of the key. No good there either. Neither team can hit from beyond the perimeter.
Yeah, Agent looked a little uncomfortable off that release, so you could tell it wasn't one that he felt good about.
Bobby Jackson coming down and scoring another mid-range. 50% on the night is Texas Tech. And a mere 33% is what I saw from Texas.
Yeah, it's still, I mean, 10 points is not where you want to be ever, but it's not too much that they can't come back in this one, especially with the way both teams are not shooting extremely well. So if one can start lighting it up, it could be a different game.
Well, the shooting drought for Texas is actually on the brink of abysmal. I mean, 3 points. We're approaching 3 minutes in the quarter. That alley-oop attempt gets interrupted. It's going to result in a Houlihan Murphy with a nice dunk there on the fast break.
Yeah, can't let him have those easy buckets when you're down.
Josh Young finding his teammate Tenpenny off the screen. Kicks over to Cole. Zane not taking that shot. Josh Young back at the right wing. Top of the key, step back. No good. Tenpenny. He's going to dump it off to Tenpenny for the last second heave. He's going to shoot one contested. Another miss from the three-point line. Avery comes down with that rebound. Texas Tech pushing in tempo. It is a turnover, though. Nice defense there from Texas Tech. Or from Texas, rather. Sorry. Josh Young, nice find. Wyatt's in the lane. That's going to be good for 2 and 1.
Yeah, need that right there.
We're going to see some swaps here for both teams.
They've been subbing Deathridge and Houlihan out very frequently. They're not doing it in the way that most teams usually do and do like the mass subs all at once. So it's been interesting to see what they're trying to do with that.
CJ Mack with the fall away. I see you in the chat. Hold my spitter. I feel like that's the only way I can pronounce your name. Hold my spitter. Not too much now, Tech. I feel like Tech is completely just ignoring your wishes as they continue. Finally, Texas knocks down a 3. Texas Tech is just pouring them in too early, too frequent rather, for Texas to really stay in this one. I mean, 8-point game now, but you're going to have some defensive stops here.
Yeah, you can't trade baskets when you're down.
Especially not 3 for 2, or 2 for 3 rather. Grosjean missing a rare one right there at the rim. Floater had a good look, just unable to convert. Nice transition defense, though, from Texas Tech. Red Raiders. Nice block. Bobby Jackson with the board. They're out running again. The alley-oop attempt over to Avery. Hello, highlight. Beautiful dunk.
Filling his lane perfectly there and taking it with patience.
Texas Tech getting flashy out here. Tenpenny trying to get things going for the Longhorns. Has the ISO on Bobby Jackson. Trying to get by him, but just can't. Chamberlain just knocked down a 3.
It's not who I would want to be ISOing on either, to be honest.
Bobby Jackson with the clamps. Deathridge pushing the tempo over to CJ Mack from the free throw line. That's going to be good. Texas Tech continuing the good shooting performance. We're going to get a Texas timeout.
Yeah, they got to figure out how to get some stops here. They're letting Tech get too many transition looks. I mean, that's never good when you're letting a team outrun you in transition, get their points there, and then on the other end, you're not able to knock down your shots. And a lot of ISO ball for Texas. Not a whole lot of setting up movement.
Chamberlain out of the timeout, out of the break, over to Wyatt. Back over to Chamberlain. Had a glimpse of a shot there. Doesn't take it, though. Trying to get things going for this offensive Longhorns, and it's just not working. Nice defense there. Grosjean, the 3-ball, and that's good for Texas Tech in the lead. Oh, my goodness. Inflated to 15.
Transition again.
Yeah, we keep harping on it. The transition defense is really working for Texas Tech, and the transition offense obviously working for Texas Tech too. Just clicking on both sides, firing on all cylinders. As we see another transition bucket here. Avery underneath, and you hear the crowd booing now in disgust.
No, I mean, well, when you're getting beat, by... If every shot was like that Don Machiavelli shot, you could say, well, that's luck, right? But they're getting out in transition, and that's pure execution.
We see another opportunity here on the transition. CJ Mack with a plethora of moves. You're going to ignore the double team and elect to shoot the ball, and it gets shoved right back into his face. Not the best look whenever you had two people open. Definitely one guy open on the left wing.
Need Texas to score off of that stop there, and they do.
And they do, right on cue. Troy Madden knocks down his first shot, 1 for 4 on the night. Yo, quick shout out to Deke Slayer with a raid of 40. Yo, huge. I checked out your stream earlier. I'm a fan of the Red Wings, which is not the best team to be a fan of in the NHL, but thanks for the raid. Welcome all Raiders. If you're new here, this is the CSBA. It's the College Sim Basketball Association, and this is Rivalry Week. This is game 2 that you're tuning into. Number 9 ranked Texas Tech taking on number 17 Texas in the Big 12 finale for these two teams. So welcome. Tell us your name. Tell us what you like, your favorite college team. And yeah, appreciate you. Deke for the raid. Hope you had a great stream.
No, it's a big one. Got a lot of viewers in the chat now. We need Texas to start putting on a show for us here.
Yeah, he definitely if you rated about 30 minutes ago, that last game was a little bit more respectable, but this one if you want to stick around though, we have another one coming up next. I'm not saying that this one's over by any means. There's two halves to basketball, so but later we have 16 Arizona State taking on number 7 Gonzaga in their final games of the season. But
that'll be a great one. That's got two of the best shooters in the league history matched up on each other from what I've heard. So that'll be awesome.
Clicking back into this game though, Texas Tenpenny missing 2 there on the opportunity. Deathridge not going to knock that one down. Going to have 28 seconds left in this first half. Texas needs a bucket here. Tenpenny to the rack, and that's good.
Yeah, if one of those small forwards can get going, it could be huge for him here.
Said I don't watch college or basketball, to be honest. Well, welcome. This is college basketball, both things that you don't really watch, but hopefully
I don't either. I don't either, but here I am.
Hopefully you have a good time though. We're a lovely community, full of friendliness, and we're gonna have a alley-oop to end the quarter for the Red Raiders. 17-point lead, the largest of the night. Going to end the first half. 13 points scored for Texas in the first quarter and 13 in the second quarter. They're going to need to score at least 30 in the next if they want to get back into this one.
Yeah, well, I mean, they've been consistent, I guess, right?
That is true. They are consistent. If anything, they are consistent.
It may not be the right consistency, but...
Well, talk me through the first half. I mean, I know that we've harped on the shooting and transition game for Texas Tech, but what else are you seeing for Texas? Like, what do you want to change if you're a coach or if you're even a fan of the team?
I think if I'm Texas right now, I'd be trying to... I'd be getting rid of the ISO. They've been trying to do ISO in places. We saw Chamberlain trying, Josh Young, Tenpenny. I was trying to set some screens, get some ball movement going, running people off ball screens. I mean, those sorts of things that can open you up for good shots, and you don't have to force something to come into the shot clock, right? Because they're not taking good, high efficiency shots. They just aren't. They're not taking open shots. Uh, they're knocking down the ones that they get that are open. So we want to get open shots.
I mean, you see it here, 56% shooting for Texas Tech, 34 for Texas, even getting out rebounded by 6, and you see 4 steals and 4 blocks for the Red Raiders. The offensive clicking, the defense clicking, communication all around for this Red Raiders team. They do not want to get upset in the final week of Big 12 play and regular season play heading into the conference tourneys.
No, they definitely don't. I mean, they came into the season with a lot of hype, and they are trying to execute on that come the end of it, so...
Coming out of the half, though, once again, wanting to welcome every newcomer in the chat and thankful for the raid again. Couldn't have come at a better time. I know I said, like, the game is not really the most, it's not the closest right now, but if you're new to the CSBA, we're about to reach the conference tournaments, which is where everything gets hectic. Anything can happen in the sport of basketball, especially college basketball, and more so simulated college basketball. So, welcome to the stream.
You know what comes after conference? March Madness.
March Madness.
Where the absolute chaos begins.
Right. That is the best time as a basketball fan. I mean, I selfishly like the NBA more so than college basketball, but I think March Madness tops any sporting event, in my opinion. I'm a very basketball-minded guy, though, so take that with a grain of salt. Nice find there, though, for Texas Tech, and just coming out of the break with a easy bucket. And it looks like Texas is not really, at least in the first possession, changed anything defensively. But offensively, though, Tenpenny able to get around his defender. Soars up for that layup.
Yeah, he's 3 for 7, but he's made his last couple, so it might be meaning that he's picking up a little steam here.
Yo, huge sub. Appreciate the sub. Not really sure how to pronounce that name. Said Gore? Appreciate the sub, though. And appreciate everybody following, too. And you see Kamish with a nice match on that gift. Get a sub, match a sub. So appreciate that as well. See a nice off-ball screen for Tenpenny, unable to knock down that three-pointer. I think Chamberlain is the only one to knock down a 3 for this Texas team.
Yeah, that's not where you want to be, especially at the number of 3s they're taking.
Yeah, a high volume of 3s and a very low the word that came to mind was solve rate. I don't know why my mind is on true crime right now, but completion rate, rather. Bobby Jackson, nice transition, and we keep harping on the transition. I don't know if it's a pro for Texas Tech transition offense, or if it's a con for Texas Tech defensive or transition defense. I'm not really sure. Maybe a combination of both.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably a combination of both. Showing up tonight here for him.
Josh Young is a name that needs to be called on more, as he misses that one, though. Bobby Jackson with another transition bucket.
Nobody there.
I don't know. I don't know what to say, Katie. I feel like we keep saying the same thing. It's just transition bucket after transition bucket.
Yeah, and I mean, when you get transition looks, especially like those right to the rim, your efficiency and field goal percentage is just going to be amazing.
Boy, here we go again.
Oh. Yep.
Grosjean not able to capitalize there, but Sapphire, I see you in the chat saying you love true crime. It's the best genre of entertainment, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. If you feel like it, though, please share some of your favorites in the chat. I appreciate you stopping by and everything. Josh Young having to force one up again. The defense for Texas Tech just causing a whole bunch of mishaps for Texas. And another transition opportunity, no good. Avery offensive rebound. His putback, no good. Wyatt comes down with that board.
I'm a little surprised he missed that, to be honest.
Tenpenny trying to get things going. He's been the only one really getting things going for this Texas team, as he does draw a double team. Receive a couple off-ball screens. Going to be open for the mid-range. No good, though. CJ Mack with a rebound.
Have we just gone away from Josh Young entirely and all Tenpenny?
I'm not sure. I mean, Tenpenny's definitely not a bad game plan guy to run it through, but I mean, Josh Young is like 18 points per game is like up there with the league's top of the top. So like, I don't know why you're not calling his number more.
It's interesting they're not, maybe taking turns on it or cycling it a little bit. It's getting kind of predictable at this point too that they're going to Tenpenny.
during the break, though, I don't wanna sidetrack too much, but Sapphire is going on a tangent here. We're talking about love first started with CSI and really love Snap, the first 48 Forensic Files. Forensic Files is what really hooked me on true crime as a kid. I may be dating my age here, showing my age rather, but like the original Forensic Files, that's when I first fell in love with true crime. But it's not about true crime. It's about college basketball, where Texas is finally scoring a field goal in the second half. Kinley trying to get things going for Texas Tech. He's going to have a wide open shot top of the free throw ring, rather, circle. That's good for him. Madden back over to Lacey. Seeing a late cut. If he would have cut earlier, probably would have had a bucket there. Some off-ball screen set for Josh Young, though. The offense trying to get things going. The motion is there. It's just a little bit too complacent, but Madden finally knocks down. That's his back-to-back shot, buckets there for him.
There's a 3, too. We were talking about how we thought only one person had knocked that down tonight, so.
Right, adding one more to the column there for Texas. Definitely a sign of life for them. Price over to Avery, top of the key. Has a mismatch. Going to kick over to Machiavelli. Down low to Houlihan. He's going to back down Brown. Has
he just
now
made
the
that
mismatch.
Look too easy. What in the world?
I don't know what happened there. He switched over. Brown switched over. Madden was on him, and just from there, it's just an easy rise and score.
Ooh,
Nice.
what a
rip
jump
there.
on the pass there.
Yeah, that was a very nice read there. The pass perception for the defense. Comes away with that still. Machiavelli kicks over to Price. Had a deep 3. Doesn't take it. Back over to McKinley. He'll take a contested one. That's going to be good.
Man, they're just kind of firing all cylinders right now.
What's up, JT? How you doing? He said, what's up, Dalton Katie?
What's
How you
up, JT?
Josh Young finally open for a 3, and he knocks one down. That's now 3 players for Texas knocking down a 3. I feel like it's really bad that we know how many people hit a 3 for Texas.
Yeah, we'll come to the end of it and we'll be like, how accurate were we?
Right. But finally able to get something going. Down 24, though. Already with 10 points scored in this quarter, though, so they're on track to beat that 13 that they scored in the previous 2.
Hey, that's something.
What's good, Mitch? How we doing? Out of the timeout, though. Texas Tech getting to the line.
Wow.
Machiavelli. Nice. Okay. That's the first foul we've seen in a while.
He's been showing his handles some tonight. He broke somebody up earlier, putting them on skates, and then just then took that one in.
Converts on the 3-point play, and if you people in the stream hear my chair, I promise I'm not passing flatulence. It's just me readjusting myself in a chair, so just want to preface that. Able to convert the 3-point play, though. Texas Tech scoring literally in every way that you possibly can. The 2-point, the 1 free throw, and 1. Nice pass down low, though. Chamberlain unable to convert. Machiavelli with a board.
He was so open, too. He just waited a little too long, and Machiavelli did a good job getting there to break him up.
Alley-oop attempt's going to be no good. Madden rising up, the small guy. Able to break that alley-oop attempt up. Come away with a steal. And on the other end, Solo Dolo. Getting it done. Knocks down the layup. Troy Madden going to the line for one more.
He's been a relatively bright spot tonight. 4 for 7, then he just mixed this, so. Compared to his teammates, he's definitely been doing better.
Wait, I'm seeing if Texas Tech wins this game by 26 points or more, they are the 1 seed. Is that accurate?
Well, considering that is the head coach, probably.
So the source does check out. Source, a very reliable source. So.
Well, I don't know if you can call him reliable. It's O'Houlihan, but.
Maybe a little. No, I'm joking. I have no dog in this fight. I will continue to cast the game and the game only. McKinley gets his ball ripped, but Price able to bail him out there. Picks that up. Texas, you heard the crowd boo a little bit there. Needed that. Loose ball there. 3 seconds, though. Going to have to force one up. And over the loose ball foul on Stanley Steamer. The shot didn't go regardless, so, I mean, still going to be Texas ball.
Yeah. I mean, Possibly saves them from getting out rebounded there, though.
Madden has been getting it done for Texas. Kicks over to Agent, no good. A little risky of a shot there. It was double team, not too well of a look, but the pass was on point for Madden. Madden has looked the best for this Texas squad. McKinley has looked like every other Texas Tech player, getting it done efficiently.
Wow, look at that. Points in the paint. Only 18 points for Texas.
Finally, another 3-ball from Brown.
Oh, look, he didn't even know he could do that.
Well, he did do it. I mean, if that's a sign, you know, a positive sign for Texas is they now have 5 threes. Both teams shooting, or 5 threes rather. You said mismatch. I saw double team. That was a tough shot.
Yeah, well, it started off a mismatch. That's why they doubled him, and he was just like, I don't care. Where's Brown again?
Ooh, his foot was on the line. That's why he missed that one.
No, he only can make threes, nothing else.
McKinley
Like
slowing
Don
things
can
down.
only make tested shots.
Here he is, Machiavelli, in the lane. Kicks over to Steamer. Stanley. Stan the man. Knocking down another shot. 69 nice points for Texas Tech at the end of the third quarter here. We're going to have a turnaround from Brown, and that's good.
Okay. He hit 5 points in that quarter by himself.
Yeah, positive. They have 44 points now, so they scored more than 13. But if you're new around here, if you've never come to a CSBA stream at the end of the third quarter heading into the fourth, everybody throws in a 4 in the chat. So please let me see your 4s in the chat to represent the fourth quarter here. Texas Tech is up 25. We're going to see the State Farm assist of the game coming from Texas Tech. The alley-oop over to Avery the third as he rises up. The vertical looking very nice for Avery.
He's a lot of fun to watch, and not surprised that he ends up on the assist of the game.
See Murphy in the chat talking about just win the quarter. The magic number is 26, Murphy? Bobby Jackson missing that open 3. Magic number is 26, apparently.
Okay.
For Texas Tech, so that's a number to watch for.
Well, they're close.
They are close. Just need to win the quarter, as he said. Turning the corner is Tenpenny. Finds his way into the lane. A contested shot. Sandwich in between 2 defenders. That's not going to be good. CJ had a wide open shot, didn't take it, kicks down to O'Houlihan. That shot is rejected. Sent back to Lubbock.
Managed to hold on to it, though.
Retaining possession. They have CJ Mack down low, Chamberlain on him. Have a turnaround jump shot. That's going to be good. Just a pro moves from CJ Mack. And I don't want to be too biased, but I feel like he is winning the matchup between him and Josh Young tonight.
Yeah, no, I agree. He's actually scored. So
Tenpenny with a couple of spin cycles. He's going to have the ball at the free throw behind the back. Pass over to Chamberlain. He's knocking one down from the same area on the other end of the floor. He's going to spin move his way into a jump shot. No good. Steamer pins the ball against the board, but comes down with the rebound. CJ Mack on the baseline cut. Goodness. Holy. And that's a 29-point lead. I bet Murphy's feeling nice.
Yeah, I bet he is. You know, the way they started the season to what they're looking like now, this is a different Tech team, and it's scary.
73 points already in this one, and the fourth has just begun. 2 minutes into it. Texas just came out too flat. You know, that 13-point first quarter and second quarter just seemed to, like, suck the life out of them. And this guy, Bobby Jackson, misses there, but he had a huge role in that first half lead.
Yeah, I think part of the problem for Texas was they wanted to go through their guys, the guys that they always do. And those guys just couldn't win the matchups tonight. And so Tech came out with the depth and the skill to get it done.
At this point in the game, it's like watching if you're a sports bettor, I don't condone it or promote it, but if you're a sports bettor and the line of a game is around 25 and a half, It's like we're watching that now. The magic number being 26, of course. I'm sure the nerves for Texas Tech. You want that 1 seed. CJ Mack definitely wants
My
that 1 seed.
goodness. Yeah, that was not an easy shot there either.
12 points for him. His average is just under 16, but I mean, his team definitely, you want the number 1 seed going into conference play. I mean, it's just, you're the top of the top, obviously, with that number 1 seed, nobody above you. So Texas Tech showing that they want it. Gonna have a late foul, though, a rare foul for this Texas Tech defense so far in this game. CJ Mack called for it.
Yeah, that was his first foul of the night and the first one here for the team.
For the people still here, though, from the raid, if you are new, make sure you join up in the Discord. If you want to make a player, there are a few options, and there is a free option if you don't want to throw out any money, but there are other options if you want to expand your player. So, yeah, please join the Discord. Nice transition bucket again there. Trying to involve everybody is Texas Tech, and doing so, they have given themselves a 29-point lead.
Yeah, to me, that's always the correct answer. You know, you'll have mismatches, and you'll have people you'll wanna give the extra touches. But if you can get everybody involved in some way, you're doing it right.
Well, finally, we're gonna see a 100 Club member at the line. And if you don't know what that is, the 100 Club consists of players shooting 100% from the free throw line during the season. Josh Young being 1 of 2 for Texas, shooting 11 for 11 on the season. And I'll say no more before I get called a cursed caster.
Does tend to happen a lot.
Oh
my god!
Oh my god!
This is
can't make it
either
up.
A, not Texas's night, which is possible and is likely, but also B, Dalton is a curse caster.
Look, that's only the second time it's happened to me. Only the second time, okay? I promise. And he misses too.
Oh my gosh.
Well, he's perfectly imperfect. How about that?
Yeah.
It's a twist of it. But Avery able to knock down that second alley-oop of the night. I promise I'm not a cursed caster. I promise. It's only the second time it's happened, okay? Don't blame me. Josh Young can't even, retain the ball.
He's cold, man.
He's going to rise up, though, out of nowhere.
I think that ball teleported.
Oh, my goodness. 38% shooting night for the Longhorns. It's a very abysmal percentage team-wise. CJ Mack, this guy has just been incredible to turn around. No good there, though.
Little heat check.
Murphy talking about, I will not repeat that live.
There's something wrong with you, man.
Look, man, I don't know if you need it, but, we can call timeout real quick. You can go, handle your business, but 29-point lead.
Pax, don't encourage him, bro. Like,
I mean, respectfully, he has every reason to be, I guess. I won't condone it, but it's understandable, I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying it's understandable.
oh my god.
Run to the LR. There's a cheerleader for you. Hey, yo. I mean, he is on the bench right now, so.
Yeah, he's got some time.
Second one good for Texas. Back down to a 27-point lead. 3.5 left to go. Deathridge, nice cut and nice buck. Nice find there, too. He can't stand up.
Oh, man.
Josh Young, man, just a rough night for him. Kicks over to Lacey, top of the key. Smack a belly on him. He's going to rise up over. No good. Trying to get the offensive board. No. On that as well. Machiavelli pulls that down.
Wasn't even a bad look. I mean, I think most times that's going to go.
McKinley, rather, gets that 3 ball to go in transition. The lead back up to 32, which is the largest of the night.
GR. He said Texas do something, pokes with stick.
That was me the past 6 off seasons as a Celtics fan with Danny Ainge. Luckily, we have Brad Stevens now, though. But, yeah, I feel your pain there. Bobby Jackson finding Deathridge. Just came off that dunk. No good on that layup attempt. But gets his own board over to Avery. Seen him have a couple of highlight plays. Seeing a double team in the post, too, though. Open. McKinley, top of the key. No, does not take the shot. Going to have a step back on the baseline. No good on that. Deathridge offensive rebound. Back over to Avery. His shot blocked. Gets the offensive board again. What is happening? Turnover finally for Texas Tech.
The big men were just stat padding a little.
Nothing wrong with that. Up this much, rather. Nice three-pointer there, though, from Lacey, I believe, is who made that one. Nice to see their shooting finally to fall, though. Like, at least, I know you're getting blown out, but I mean, this isn't the conference tournament, and it's not the the national tournament. So it's good to see your shots falling. And speaking of falling, Deathridge with a little.
Oh, and he's gonna fall, I think.
You said what?
I said I think he's falling.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Curious celebration there, but knocks down the shot. You can do what you want when you're popping, and he has definitely been popping off tonight. Matching the largest lead back up to 32. Texas Tech almost breaking 90. Texas not even breaking 60. Rodriguez, he's going to take one. Miss one, though. Steamer with that board. They're going to slow things down here. 1:30 left in this game, just under. This one is, pretty safe to say, wrapped up.
Yeah, I mean, they don't need to score here. They'll get it if they can here at the end of the shot clock, but they just want to burn the time.
Well, if you're Murphy, you definitely need to score here. If only him, though. A nice shot there from Deathridge. Oh, my goodness. A bunch of love in the chat for Deathridge, I'm seeing. Rightfully so. He's come alive here. And it looks like your Texas Tech Red Raiders are going to force another turnover, but also look like they are going to secure that #1 seed in the Big 12 tournament. Wish we can get Murphy in here for a live interview.
Huge props to him. I mean, the 1 seed, I mean, come the end of it, may not win it, right? But
Right.
It gives you that bye and that time to extra prep some too. So, and it feels good. It's nice bragging rights.
Bunch of people saying he's the best player in the league. Tyler Deathridge, I assume. McKinley has his say so in that category as he's going to the line for another and one. I feel like everybody has had a great night for Texas Tech, breaking the 90-point mark too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, this was a team win through and through.
Right. Definitely had a couple out standout performances as I try and find the English. A couple standout performances from Texas Tech, but the entire team played tremendous. I will be surprised if anybody shot under 50% or like 40%. I guess is a more safe assumption mark. See, throwing another double team at McKinley. Stanley is going to rise up over his defender. No good. Avery, offensive rebound. Going to show a little bit of respect here. May get a 3-second call. No, he gets out in time. Showing a double team still. But they will dribble this one out. Your final in Texas is going to be 92-57 in favor of the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Your 9th ranked team in the league, rather, going improving to 6-2 on the season, and Texas Tech falling to just at 500, 4-4 on the season.
That's just a super impressive win. I mean, Texas, they took down Kansas I think it was last week, in a really big way, and they looked completely dominant, and then they come out here tonight to Tech, who just kind of just disassembles them.
Yeah, beating Kansas, like you mentioned, 92-78 in their last matchup. Taking a look at the total game, though, 60% shooting as a team for Texas Tech. 40 made shots, 27 missed. You'll take those numbers any day of the week for sure. Both teams shooting making 6 threes, rather, which is something that we really saw struggling from both sides in the first half, but turning around there. Is there anything that stands out to you?
Points in the paint, 50-24. I mean, when you see teams go into the paint, a lot of the times that's why they have the success they do. That's pretty big difference there, and Rebounding was a huge difference too. 8 to 5 O boards and 34 to 20.
Oh my
So
goodness.
they won big on the boards tonight.
Yeah, 17 difference on the rebounding there. And even looking at the defense, though, 7 steals, 5 blocks for Texas Tech. Getting it done like we both have said numerous times on both sides. But taking a look at the box scores from your Longhorns first, 10 points is the leading scorer. Troy
Yeah.
Madden, oh my goodness. 10 points from him, one of a little bit of everything other than blocks. Josh Young, only 9 points, so just at half of his season average. 4 for 10 from the field. 4 assists to go along with him as well. No turnovers, so yeah, positive from that. Reginald Tenpenny, 8 points, 3 boards. 4 for 12 from the field, so your two best players shooting a combined 8 for 22 from the field and knocking down 1 of 8 from threes combined. Wrangler Brown, 8.6 boards from him, 2 assists, 2 blocks. He knocked down that 3 that we saw. Malcolm Chamberlain, 6 points, 3 assists from him. 2 for 6 from the field. DeMarcus Wyatt, 5 points, 2 boards, a steal, and 2 blocks from him. 5 points from Isaiah Lacey. We saw him knock down that 1-3, and then obviously that dunk that was just shown. 4 points from Ralph Rodriguez, well under his season average of 10.3. And 2 assists, well under his season average for that, too, at 6.3. And then Zane Cold with 2 points, 4 boards, an assist, and a steal. And last but not least, Matt Agent, a guy that remains perfect from the field, or from the free throw line rather, for the season. So there's a bonus for him. 0 points though on the night, 2 boards. So I said I'd be surprised if anybody shot under 50% or 40% rather, to keep to have a little like safe cushion for myself. But Bobby Jackson, 7 for 11, 15 points, 5 assists for him. Mike McKinley, 5 for 7, 13 points, 2 assists. CJ Mack with 12 huge ones, 7 boards, 4 assists. 2 steals or 2 blocks and a steal from CJ Mack. Kai Avery shooting 6 for 9, nice, 12 points, 10 boards, an assist, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. He had a tremendous game on both sides. 5 for 8 from Tyler Deathridge, 11 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals. Oh my goodness, that stat line is very, very healthy, very, very very, very beneficial for them. Don McAvelli at 50% on the night, 8 points, 2 boards, 3 assists. 2 for 5. There's your first 40%er of the night. Gross Jeans, 6 points, 2 assists, and a rebound. 3 for 5. Murphy O'Houlihan, 6 points, 3 boards, 1 assist, 1 steal, and about 10 laughable chat moments. So 10 for him there. Stanley Steamer, 2 for 3 on the night, 66% there for him, 5 points, 5 rebounds, and last but not least, 66% from Terrell Price as well with 4 points, 3 boards, and 3 assists. So one player shooting under 50%, which is almost right on what I had said. Katie, it's been a pleasure casting with you. Is there anything that you want to say before we sign off?
Just great dominating performance from Texas Tech going into the postseason. Looks like they've got a lot of what they've got going on here figured out. It's always a great sign for a team to, figure it out at the end of the season for the where it actually matters, right? The conference tourney and March Madness.
Right.
Texas needs to maybe look beyond those couple of guys a little bit and see what they can dig up. But we know they're a great team, so I think this the conference for Big 12 is going to be interesting come the end of it. So.
Right. Well, it's always better to get your ass beat the final week of the season rather than the first, the opening round of the tournament. So if anything, it's a learning lesson for Texas. And I forgot I was live actually. So apologize for the language. But they did. They got taken behind the shed and just beat like old Yeller. But 92-57 is the final here in Texas. Coming up next, we have number 16 Arizona State taking on number 7 Gonzaga with some Pac-12. With a Pac-12 finale for both those two teams. So if you are new here, please stick around at the top of the hour. We are going to have another matchup. So it's been a blast casting with you, and we appreciate everybody coming out. And take care.